We're look, and we're on time.
No.
Thank you.
Somebody call Marisa.
Our producer. Thank you. Thank you, producer.
Thank you, producer.
All right.
Somebody call Marisa.
Yeah, she won't believe it.
I'm totally going to watch our show, by the way. Like right now.
I'm glad somebody's going to watch it.
Yeah.
I can't watch it even though my phone's right here.
Oh.
Crap.
Turn the volume down.
Yeah.
Here, let me say something to you.
Say something.
So that you know that I'm here. I'm here.
Look, there you are. And there's someone else watching too. They're brave enough to watch.
Is it you?
No, it's not me. I don't watch our show. I can't stand
Bella's
this.
brave enough to watch. Bella's being forced to.
Yeah,
It's like
Bella
slave
is.
labor.
We got two people. I don't know who these two people are.
I don't know.
One of them's you.
Don't tell him that.
Nobody else is
George.
watching. Nobody else is watching. George.
Of course it's George.
Oh gosh, George is watching.
Morning, George.
All right, let's get this bad boy started. Welcome. Good morning. It is Thursday, October 25th.
Correct.
Yep. Welcome to Luke and Rory, where the audio is much better than last week.
Much better than that. Yeah, that was a hum.
Yeah, the audio last week was kind of like how we were coming back from that vacation.
Yeah. I was sitting in my living room in a Baja.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. Actually, you know what? I see your boo-boo's healing up.
Yeah? Yeah, you like that?
I actually had people ask me,
What happened?
so what happened to Luke? I said, oh, don't worry. Chime in next week.
Yeah,
we'll let you know.
He'll tell the story.
We got executive producer Bella here this morning. Bella is right there. Say hi, Bella. Hi, Bella. Bella is enjoying a strawberry Italian cream
Audio
soda.
is better than the picture.
Yeah, George.
I'm really having to get used to this up here.
Mm-hmm.
I know at some points I'm just going to be looking at the microphone.
I'm about ready to move the camera right down on top of the laptop here. So anyways, we are coming to you guys live this morning from Downtown Brew. Thank you, Shannon. So let's get to it. We got 5 people watching right now. Andre Renee Savoy is here.
4.
George. That's right,
We're
George.
going.
Dan Davis, what's going on?
Trenner.
Double D.
Morning, Trenner.
Good to see you, man.
Go Bulldogs.
I got to talk to Dan. I want to see how Dan's Dan's got a little business venture going on over there in Silverdale. So I want to hear how that's going.
Silverdale?
Yep. Sounds like a really cool thing. Sounds like something I would hate.
West Side?
But it sounds like a really cool thing that people love. So I'll explain it to you off the air.
Okay.
Just what I mean by
We don't want to give him any plugs.
Well, no, I think it's a great idea. I think it's something mentally I would hate. It's like
Okay.
it's kind of like a haunted house, but not really scary.
Oh.
And I got to use my brain.
Okay.
Yeah, and we know that's just me using my brain. That's not going to happen.
Yeah,
but
intense.
there's a ton of people that love his concept. So it's not his concept I hate. It's me. I hate me. I basically hate me.
Didn't know we were going down that road this morning, but
Yeah, we're doing a little Dr. Phil this morning.
full counseling sesh.
You know what's nice by doing it this way is we can actually see what we were going to talk about. Instead of when we did it with our phones, it's like, what were we going to talk about?
And then I would get messages like, you didn't touch on this, or this. I'm like, yeah, sorry. Missed everything that we put in the show notes.
So
Someone said one thing and I went off the hook and it was just done. Yeah.
That's how it works. That's absolutely how it works. So let's get after it. We talked a little bit about the hunting trip.
You know what?
I'm looking down here and I want
I'm doing the same thing.
All right.
Before we do the hunting trip, let's just jump to Paul Allen because we tried to talk about it last week.
Okay.
And I just want to get it out there. So last week we tried to talk about Paul Allen briefly, but Rory was in another country than I was in.
Graham.
Audio was.
We were both in Graham.
Bouncing off the caves, whatever. So I was pretty fired up last week when I talked about it.
Yeah,
I actually
you were.
went back and watched it. And I may get fired up again, but I just wanted to touch on Paul Allen real quick. Paul Allen, I don't care what anybody says, was an incredible individual, and not just because he saved my Seahawks. That endeared him to me, don't get me wrong. But for those of you who are not from the Seattle area or don't understand what Paul Allen has meant, not just to this area, but to the world in general, do some reading and be thankful that he was alive in our time, honestly. You're talking about a multi-billionaire who created Microsoft, not Bill Gates. Paul Allen created Microsoft. He brought Bill Gates along. He's estimated to have donated over $2 billion in cash to charities. That doesn't even count what he's been doing for families with his adventures underwater, finding lost battleships and giving people closure and these kind of things that he's doing for other people that you can't really put a monetary value on. He's also one of the 20 billionaires in our country that has said that when he had passed away, over half his assets will go directly to charity. And then we can get into the Seahawks thing. For those of us who grew up huge Hawks fans, I was 17 years old when he saved our Seahawks when it looked like all hope was lost.
Right.
And the jobs that created, the jobs that Microsoft created, what he did with the city of Portland with the Trailblazers, and
what he did with South Lake Union.
Yeah.
South Lake Union used to be just a dive.
Mm-hmm.
And what he just add that to his list of things that he did.
Yeah.
Anthony Briggs, good to see you this morning, buddy.
C-Dubs. And honestly, when we saw that last week, we were up hunting, which we'll get to, but we came out of the woods on Monday for a hot minute, and it just popped on my phone.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Holy crap, dude! Paul Allen died." I almost wanted to cry. I almost wanted to cry.
You kept it together.
Yeah, I did. But it's. I don't want to say it's like losing a family member, because he's definitely not a family member, but he's one of those guys that is, even as reclusive as he was, you felt that you knew him in a sense, just because you had an attachment to him, based on, at least for the people in the Seattle area, what he's done for this area. Mm-hmm. And so,
and he was a fan. So you had that connection.
Yeah.
He was a businessman,
Yep.
and he hired the right people to take care of the right business aspects of it.
Yep.
But he was also a fan at heart.
Yeah, and I think he knew that. I think he knew what he meant to this community, in the sense that, like, as a citizen, and it wasn't even about the money and stuff, but and he always seemed to embrace not only his. He definitely embraced his individualism and and wanting his privacy, but I think he also embraced the fact that people looked to him.
Morning, Kimberly.
To make a difference when it needed to happen, and for that and many reasons, I think that he's endeared himself to this area, and so our condolences to the Allen family. Not that they'll see this or they care, but. And honestly, to the entire people of our community, and by that I mean Washington, and Western Washington, and Portland, and all that had an attachment to that guy.
Yep.
He will be missed. I'm almost on the flip side of it. I'm anxious to see. I'm following closely already. His sister Jody is running his affairs and all that. I'm anxious to see what will be done now with what he's set in place as far as where his monies go and what his. Because he didn't have any kids, and so honestly, and this may sound funny, but his kid was the Seahawks and the community and the Trailblazers and Vulcan Entertainment and all the charities that he gave to. So,
good morning, Lita.
Incredible guy. We've truly lost a legend and a great man, and I'll miss him.
Yeah,
I'll miss seeing him at games, and I'll miss the occasions when he'd come out and do the 12th man flag and be with the team. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's talk about how when the Seahawks come back to town, not this Sunday, but I think it's next Sunday, there's talk that they really would like to see Jody.
I hope she does.
Yeah, I hope she does too.
I hope she gets to feel the fans thanking her, for
and from what I've read, she's a fan. She's totally a fan of the Seahawks. She was actually instrumental in helping him make a decision to pursue the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And there's also talk that she may run the team, that the Blazers are not her passion. The Blazers, she'll happily, I think they've already put some things in motion to kind of distance her from the Blazers.
and hopefully it's a local buyer for Portland.
Yeah.
And someone that cares about the team as much as Paul did.
Good morning, Kimberly and Leanna.
Well, I think Paul would have saved the Sonics had he not already owned the Blazers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, man, it's hindsight's 2020 now. Yeah. I agree with everything you said there. I mean, he saved the Seahawks. I watched you were playing some video on our way back.
Yeah, that 20-minute Paul Allen video.
Yeah, 20 years with Paul Allen, and I forgot some of those ads that were out there, and him basically saying, "Listen, I want to do this with you, but I can't do it alone."
Yeah.
And some people are looking at it, and I know that we could reference that idiot council member.
I'm ready to talk about it. We'll get to it.
But he didn't have to. That's the thing. He didn't have to. He could have easily said no, and he didn't. And I think he forever changed the landscape of Seattle. Because could you imagine? Could you imagine if the Seahawks were gone? And then 10 years later,
the Sonics
leave.
Yeah. and we were essentially left with
Can the
baseball.
last person
crap
out of
sandwich.
Seattle please turn off the lights? 'Cause,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna segue this into what you're gonna rant on next.
And if we could real quick, and please do segue it. Let me get one thing in though. Let me get one thing in. For those of you out there who aren't sports fans and don't care as much, and I know you're out there, and that's fine. We all have our own.
Oh yeah,
interests.
definitely.
You know, I hope you understand what the Seahawks and Paul Allen as that unit has meant to our community. Not only just as a team, but in the jobs and all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you what. From the time he took over from the last owners, the crap bearings, that's when our franchise started to fly, right?
Yep.
Started to take off.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you something, man. You were there. I was there for the Super Bowl parade in downtown Seattle, you know, and they estimated like 700,000, 800,000 people down there, whatever it was. We couldn't get phone calls out. Everything was jammed. And it didn't matter who you were, you were, where you were from. Like, we were all there for one reason, and we were happy to be together and in that moment. And it was a sense of togetherness, and it was a sense of pride. No matter what your political affiliations were, no matter what it was, you know, your religious affiliate, whatever it was, we were all there, and they to me, it's a prime example of sports bringing together communities, and that wouldn't have been possible without him. And so I'm eternally thankful for that. I'm eternally thankful for being able to take my kids to that parade.
Oh yeah,
and you know,
it's really cool because my kids who are not huge in the sports. Here, let me do this real quick. We need to center this back up. Come closer to me. I don't bite.
You might. All right, there we go.
There we go. Okay, we did that on the fly. My kids are not huge into sports.
Right.
I want them to remember that. I want them to remember that. And maybe the only thing they remember is it was really cold that day.
Yeah.
But I want them to remember that because that's not something that happens every day. As we can see in sports, it's not easy to repeat.
Right.
Should have run the ball. Anyways, and you know what? There was a council member, and this is here's your segue.
And here's Paul, our buddy Paul. You can't drive 10 minutes through Seattle without bumping across the Paul Allen building. And God bless him.
That's
for
true.
it. Yeah.
There's a council member back in 2007, 2008, who said that sports, and in particular the Sonics, do not bring any intrinsic value to the community.
Who was that? That was it that guy? What was
it was a dude. I don't want to misquote.
Paul Carlson, if you're watching, you might know this.
Yeah. I want to. No, it's if you said the name, I know exactly what it is.
I know.
So
it is. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm so done with that entire Seattle City Council, which segues into the idiot that spoke last week. Right, not even 24 hours after he passed away.
Yeah.
And she opened up her big fat mouth. And again, this is not an attack on women. It's not an attack on people from different countries.
It's an attack on one person.
It's not an attack on a nationality. It's an attack on someone who's stupid. Plain and simple. If there's anything I'm going to be, if I'm going to be yelled at for attacking anybody, it's because I'm attacking them because they're stupid. And I'm going to let you attack them because I know the venom is there. Yeah, not you, executive producer. You're doing great.
We came out.
Good morning, Aaron.
And I was anxious to get back and read the articles and about him and all that. And then you sent me that popping up on Facebook. And look, I've not been a fan of hers for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And this just really cemented it. Councilwoman Sawant, right? How do you say her first name? Anyway, everyone knows what I'm talking about. She's a socialist council member in Seattle.
There's no words really.
Lita, I could go all day, and I ripped into her last week, and we'll see if this takes me to another level right now. But for her to come out the day after he had passed away and say, yeah, he donated a lot to charity, but he also had boats and he also had yachts, and he also had private jets and whatever. That money should have been going to, you know what, lady, you live on Capitol Hill, first of all, in a nice house. How many people are you inviting into your home? How much of your salary are you giving out to the community? Not much, from what I understand, from what public records show. That man gave large chunks of what he's earned. And for someone who worked that hard and changed the world as we know it, let him enjoy the fruits of his labor. Let him enjoy a yacht or a private jet or any of these things.
Nick Licata, thank you.
Yeah, there it is.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. Idiot, another idiot. And for her to say those things were classless. It just showed her true colors
on a humanity level.
Yeah,
classless.
And I went to her Facebook page because I was curious, right? And one idiot somebody said, really? like, even if this is what you feel, let it simmer a few days.
Right.
And some idiot was like, public figures aren't afforded the right of too soon, or to allow their families. I'm like, so just because you've created some things and you own a sports franchise and you have a lot of money, your family's not allowed to mourn and grieve? Let me tell you what, dude. You're an ass. Sorry, Bella.
He's a donkey.
Yeah, a donkey. And she's an ass. And I don't have any time for it. And I didn't have time for her when she first. Good morning. I didn't have time for her when she first came out. I really don't have time for her now. I was willing to give her a chance. Hey, what are your ideas? But for all this, some idiot posted on her Facebook page, yeah, we're all celebrating Paul Allen, but another homeless guy died yesterday, and he wasn't able to do anything about it. You can't save everyone, first of all. And second of all, that's irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant. We're always going to have problems. The world's never going to be perfect. But that man strived to do things the right way. And then I started going through a page, and this simmering on this all week. All these idiots like preach comrade, calling her comrade. And all this. Let me tell you what, there's two times where comrade is necessary. You're either in the military or you're in communist Russia in the 80s. That's it. All this comrade stuff, the socials, comrade. Say, all of you are idiots that jumped on her bandwagon with that. It wasn't about politics. It wasn't about any of that kind of stuff whatever. It was about a man who meant a lot to this community, who passed away. Allow his family to mourn without jumping in there and opening your mouth and trying to rip into him when he's not around to fight back. It was classless. It was bull crap. And literally Seattle, for all of you who watch from Seattle and all of you who have a vote in Seattle next year, I don't care who you vote in. If you don't vote that woman out, you do not vote that woman out, you are doing this entire city and this entire area a disservice, because she does not speak. I don't care. She does not speak for the most of us, or the majority of us. No. Her whole thing was a socialist view. We all know socialism doesn't work. It's a great idea in theory, but it doesn't work. And for her to sit here and say Paul Allen basically should have been broke, giving away all his money. You do the same thing, woman. Put your money where your mouth is, or shut your face. I can't stand her. I cannot stand her. It was horrible. Horrible.
Oh, look, we got more executive producers coming.
The whole family's here. I love it.
I'll touch on my part in a second, because I got plenty to say as well.
Yeah.
We got breaking news. The producers are here. We got more producers.
Yeah. Love it.
You want to come over here and say hi real quick? You say hi to everybody?
Of course, Ryan does.
This is a photo bomb.
You want to say hi to? There's 10 people watching you right now.
11.
10?
11 now.
That's more views than I've ever had in my life.
It was 5 before you came on.
I have no videos at all, so why should I expect that?
It's my boy. All right, are you guys packing up and leaving us? All right. I'd ask Christy, but I know better. I've been married for over 20 years.
Yeah.
There's no way she's getting in front of this camera over here.
Behind every idiot in front of the camera is a strong woman who tolerates them.
She did it once on our anniversary because I asked for that as a gift.
Oh, wow.
That was my present.
And it came with the condition that you never ask for that present again.
That's right. Well, thanks for joining us, Bella.
Yeah.
You're a great producer. She produced this cup for me.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
Yep.
It's Rory's spit cup.
That's my spit cup. That's right. Yep. I'm giving up coffee and I'm giving up alcohol, but I'm gonna pick up chewing tobacco.
You're from Belfair. It makes sense. It's a natural progression of things.
All right. We'll say goodbye to everybody.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye, Ryan.
I was probably not here in the first place.
Oh, you weren't here? We'll just edit you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, guys.
See you guys.
See you later.
Thank you.